So you have heard about that. I found it interesting because back in February 12th, I think he spoke on the 10th at the CPAC convention, and at the time, I took a section of that video, the part where he talked about having videos and vetting Obama this election and all of what they were all about. I posted a video up onto that on the 12th of February, thinking, wow, this guy really, he's right out there and he's posting it up, and whoa, here we go. And then, lo and behold, on the day that he was allegedly going to bring those videos forward, he has a heart attack and dies at 43 years old.
I co-host the owner of this network, Proof Negative show, on Thursday night, and he had passed away Thursday morning, and that particular day I was running around, and I actually heard it on mainstream media that he passed away. And what blew my mind instantly was that they said his lawyer said he died of natural causes. And on that radio show that night, I was stumbling around my words because I'm like, well, we live in this new world where you got to watch what you say and everything. But I said, that just struck me as bizarre. Now, either he feels he's protecting his family, or there was no autopsy. How would this lawyer know what his client died from?
Right. They did come out with that right away, and that did seem unusual to everybody. But now I understand that the coroner is going to do an autopsy and go back beyond the 24-hour period, but do some searching further back to see if there was any foul play.
Right. Well, didn't you also post, because I think a couple of people did, but for some reason I think you did too, a video about the new heart attack weapon?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was the other thing, is right after the Breitbart video, I went back to the CPAC thing and re-recorded his entire speech and posted that up because I thought now that he's dead, I thought it was more important to do the entire speech rather than just my excerpt of it. So I posted up the full thing, and immediately following that one, I posted up the video about the CIA secret weapon of assassination, the heart attack gun. And this was declassified. It came out in 1975, which is 37 years ago. And you all need to go over to my channel, gvloanguy, and check this video out. It's on there, and it's just amazing. I mean, these guys are literally holding up the weapon in Congress in a hearing, and they're talking about it in Congress. And they have the video of the woman who was doing the work for the CIA to find the poison that would simulate a heart attack and not leave any evidence behind in the body. And the weapon shoots a dart made of ice that once it's in you, it disappears, it melts, it disappears. So, I mean, it's just like, that was 37 years ago, and I'm sure that they've got things today that they could easily take care of a troublemaker.
I believe, they do. I believe they can manipulate us with all these towers they have all over the country. And to me, when they've turned us into the country that we diagnose ourselves watching a commercial on TV, go in and tell our doctor, oh, I saw this commercial and I'm suffering from it, and they write you out the script, then I think these frequencies can hone in better on a person. Yeah,
that's true. It's just amazing. Everything is just upside down, backwards.
So there you go. So you want to talk about conspiracy? I'm one of these people that I'm like, oh, well, my brain has thought like that for as long as I can remember. And as time goes on, you know, I'm sorry to say it's all coming to pass and show itself. And I'm still mind blown on somebody's radio show, and I'm sure it was probably here at FreedomizerRadio. And I hope you listen, GV, because there's a lot of good shows on here, a lot of topics, current events,
I do.
Organic, and all kinds of stuff. But somebody was talking about the whole theory behind why we did away with lead in the paint, and how they used the premise of kids were eating the chips and so forth. But he said that the whole reason that happened was to get lead out of the paint, because lead in the paint is what kept surveillance from coming into your house via, you know, the spy satellites. And
I get it. Yeah, so the lead created almost like a barrier.
A shield.
A shield.
I got to tell you, that is seared in my brain. That when the guy said it, I was like, makes perfect sense. They went off on some tangent over lead paint, used children, which of course, you know, would concern parents. But here all along, it was to get the lead out of the paint, because that way it's freed up so that they can spy on you. It allows those signals from towers and whatnot to permeate your walls.
Wow. Now you're sounding like a conspiracy theorist.
Yes, I do, but I will say makes perfect sense, and I believe it, because it does. It seems so bizarre, it makes perfect sense.
You know what else, just along that line? We're all changing over from the incandescent light bulb to these super expensive curly-Q fluorescent light bulbs produced by General Electric, who is Obama's buddy. So by law, we have to spend, you know, $5 on a bulb or $20 on a bulb. But the other thing is, the light coming out of these fluorescent tubes is not good for people. It's never been good for people. They've already done studies on people that work in offices with fluorescent lighting in the building. It's artificial light, and it's not good for your psyche. So now, if you want to add to the removal of the lead paint so that the microwaves and radiation can hit us, add also to the fact that now we're putting the radiation in the form of these fluorescent tubes in our homes everywhere, so that we're getting bombarded with this stuff as well.
Well, exactly. And the problem with those light bulbs, I mean, a few years back when they first came out, I remember I got a couple. I do not like them. They're horrible. So I've been trying to stock up on the other light bulbs, which I'll do away with. And then I said, I'll burn candles. It's how dangerous these new light bulbs are. You can't just throw these things away. They have mercury in them.
They're very bad. They're very bad. Hey, listen, I wanted to just touch on one last thing. I see we've only got a few minutes left. If you don't mind, I want to at least mention my sudden dropping of the dialogue that I was having with Starscream, with Danny Wilson. Because we were going back and forth for a while, as you probably recall, and then I just had to back off of it, and I wanted to take this opportunity to explain why, if that's okay. So,
sure, we got about 3 minutes.
I enjoy listening to Danny, because he's got a way about him that's easy to listen to, and he's intelligent, presents his information very well. So I enjoy listening to him, and the subject matter that he talks about I'm interested in as well, because 40 years ago or so, I studied the same sort of stuff and was basically a believer, if you will, in the same line of thinking. So to me, he of all people that I've heard, presents his information in the best manner, and so it's entertainment for me to listen to. But I did want to reply, like I did originally when I heard him on with Francis on the Perfect Minds. I wanted to respond to him about the Word of God and it being divinely inspired, which he agreed with me. So we went back and forth on this, and I found myself kind of getting, I felt like I was watching his videos in response and reply to mine, and I felt almost obligated to come back again with more, and I didn't want to start sounding preachy, and that's what I felt like. I felt like I was beginning to sound preachy, and I don't want to do that. I have my own faith, which I'm not ashamed of, and I'm not afraid to describe what it is and my belief as a believer. But I certainly don't have a problem with someone having a different belief system or different faith than me. And I got the feeling from listening to him, of course, he and Dee over there at I Always See, they take this stuff real seriously to the point where they were coming on to me as if they were hoping I would be a convert and that they could save me from my deception, and unfortunately for them, that would never happen because I've already been there and spent time studying that stuff. And then,
well, I enjoyed that you two were exchanging back and forth, and it was calmly done, and that's what I commented to you about.
We were both gentlemen.
I've interviewed Danny and Dee, and I agree with a lot of what they say. And because I just agree in the fact that I think, it does us all good to do our research back as far as we can into the history. Oh, yes. Gosh, we're at the end. Will you come back?
Sure, I'll come back. I always enjoy speaking with you.
Okay, sounds great. We will have you back, gvloanguy. You take care, and I'll be in touch, and we'll have you back, and we'll continue on our conversation.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye. All right, everybody. See how fast our hour goes. All right, I'll see you on Wednesday, and I'll have my oracle, and we'll be talking again just about everything. That's the way we like it. Everybody have a safe and good day. Peace out.